Hello, Crystal Palace. Welcome to the Upper Norwood Library Hub Library Live Lunch. This is a place to share positive and inspirational local stories, useful information, find out about the community in more depth and keep us all connected during this time. I've also been really enjoying recently providing live lunches that include demos. So we've got another one of those today. My guest is James Taylor, otherwise known as JT or JT Drums, who is a percussionist and teacher and a friend and colleague of mine. So JT, thanks so much for joining us today. It's great to have you. Tell us a bit about your teaching and playing background.
Sure. Well, to start, I'll say that I think this concept is really great, and it's great job for hosting it and putting it on. It's really cool. So yeah, I'm drummer and percussionist, and maybe you can see some of the stuff I've got here. Feel like a bit of a jack of all trades in the musical world, and being a percussionist is like, it can be a bit disorientating. You play so many different kinds of things. Sometimes I wish I was like a cellist or a sax player and I just had my instrument always there, that one thing I play. No, but it is really nice. I grew up
JT, actually, before you carry on, for some reason the video is now stuck on me, so I can't believe I'm saying this to a percussionist, but I think I need you to make more noise.
You can say more noise. Oh, you mean it's stuck on you visually, or?
Yeah,
all right. What about now?
Yeah, still is, I think. Can you make a lot of noise for a sec?
Yeah. Because you want it to come over to me.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it still seems to be stuck on me. That's really bizarre. I'm going to put it into gallery view and just see if that helps a sec. So cool. Cool. Let's try this for a bit. So carry on.
Okay. Yeah, no worries. I guess, yeah, being a musical theme to the session today, it's more important you hear me anyway. But yeah, I grew up training as a classical percussionist. So when you play percussion in orchestras, you are always playing lots of different kind of instruments, running along the back of the stage, from bass drums to timpanis to triangles to cymbals. So I grew up being used to that. But then I did learn to play the drum kit as well in a more sort of contemporary way. And then I've always done a bit of teaching as well, even when I was quite young. And I think it's really good for me because it makes me have to organize my thoughts and knowledge to communicate it to someone else, and puts me in touch with lots of different kinds of people, which I really like. And more recently, because I grew up in the north of England, having moved to London, I've got involved in more community music making, which has been great, getting into more experience with different kinds of groups that live in a crazy place like London. I really enjoy making music with lots of different kinds of people.
And actually, speaking of making music with lots of different kinds of people, I've got several of Palace A Cappella Choir on the Facebook feed saying hello. So we've got Nick, Kay, Cora, who can all now see us. So that's good. So yeah, they're saying hello and various things with exclamation marks. Double trouble is the most recent comment from Kay. Excellent. So I love the fact that you have so many instruments behind you. I think actually as a quick detour, you should just tell us quickly something about your room.
Yeah, well, I must have some kind of traits of wanting to be really organized, because with the percussion, the things are all categorized here in certain groups, but that comes with the territory, really. And it comes from the fact that, percussion instruments are inherent in all cultures of music around the world. And, they're made from similar materials and do similar things, but just in like these lovely little slightly different ways. So I guess here we've got sort of shells, things that are made from nutshells or wood.
Can you bring them closer? Can you bring them closer so we can see?
You can see it or so you can hear it?
A bit of both. Cool. Wow.
And some of them are designed to sort of be held like this with the handle. Some are designed to maybe be worn around part of the body. I might put those on now.
Cool.
Tambourines here, lots of different tambourines from around the world. Some more kind of traditional that you might see, like Mick Jagger shaking whilst he's singing at a gig. Smaller tambourines that have a skin on them. Probably the coolest one in here is this Brazilian tambourine called a candeeiro.
Cool.
That are quite heavy and designed to be very loud, to be played in sort of street bands. And you play it with a certain kind of technique. So each tambourine has a slightly different technique you might use. This is more of a classical one. So when I was playing in orchestras growing up, I might play something more like this in a way that's a bit more formal, like this.
Cool.
Shakers are a favourite of mine. They all smell slightly different depending on what they're made out of.
Cool.
Anyway, I won't go on too much, but we've got section for wood, section for metals, section for sort of things that you need air running through them. And now I'm going to have to tidy all that up later.
Sorry, that wasn't planned. I've got a couple more comments on Facebook I'm just going to pass on. So Patrick says you're funny. And Kay says, reminds me of Morris dancers from my hometown. So there you go. Excellent. Right. As an added bonus. Cool. So tell us a bit about, you mentioned about teaching, that it helps you sort of formulate, I suppose, things a bit more formally for yourself. So tell us a bit more about your teaching aims and ethos.
Well, I guess what I find interesting is understanding whoever I'm working with, and really connecting with them on the level that means that they're going to learn best. Mm-hmm. Really, I don't actually have so many sort of private students, and part of the reason for that is because I like to do lots of different things. So I also do group music and I do performing, but also it's because I just couldn't keep a grasp on so many individuals. So I have about a dozen students, and it's just about yeah, I guess so. There was one point where I thought it'd be quite a lot, whereas nowadays I just think that's normal. They're just like my friends, and It's getting to know what their motivations are really, and not trying to put my motivations as a teacher onto them. Not that I'd really have any. I mean, the only sort of motivations I really try and follow is good practice technique and sort of certain things about etiquette learning an instrument, which I think is just like universal and really important. But apart from that, it's getting to know where they're at, what their music preferences are, how they like to learn, what they want to get out of it, and also, I guess the other thing that I think is quite important is a sense of creativity. And that could be lots of different levels. You know, that could just be from someone feeling like they can do a certain flourish on the kit how they want to do it, just one time in a song, or it could be something more about them just really being freely improvising and feeling like they can do that on their instrument. Any sort of level of creativity and them having an input and realizing that they're part of the music is, I think, important as well.
Cool. I think well-being is something that really comes into this for you, isn't it, as well? As a sort of big, very general concept.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. So the way I sort of like conduct myself is try and put well-being at the front of anything I do myself. So if I'm working with people, especially students one-to-one, I think they're choosing to come here and do this, and I really respect them for making that choice.
Oh, momentary internet pause. We'll hopefully have JT back in a sec. In the meantime, he's going to do a demo in a sec. So if you guys want to find a bit of space so you can join in with us at home, that'd be really great. Just looks like we might be a minute. So why don't I just tell you about the stuff I would probably have said at the end instead. So we just quickly diverging into the live stream program. As you know, we have a big live streaming program on the Upper Norwood Library Hub. Oh, James, have we got you back?
Yeah.
Hi. Awesome.
Hi.
So we just lost the end of that, I think. So you were just telling us about well-being.
I know, I was saying something super sort of good and
that we missed, and you're going to have to remember what you said and say it again.
I want to remember it. But you know, I guess what the one-to-one well-being is that thing of understanding the student and just really respecting the fact they've chosen to come and learn this. I think it's a great thing to learn an instrument and to take the time and effort to do that. And then there's lots of things inherent about learning drums and percussion which lend themselves to experiencing well-being or giving yourself the space to do something which improves your well-being. So the main thing about percussion is that differentiates it from other instruments is that you can make a really good quality of sound instantly for the instrument. So I mean, I play the vibraphone, for example, and that's probably one, you know, I've never met anyone who doesn't like the sound of the vibraphone. If you don't know what that is, you should YouTube vibraphone. It's like a really mellow, sweet sound. And to play that, in terms of getting the tone, there's a few nuances, but basically you just hit it and the tone's there for you. And then with a more simple instrument like, you know, the tambourine, yeah, there are a few techniques or whatever, what I was doing before, but the sound is there for you, ready. And unlike singing, as you know, or you know, think of string instruments, think of wind instruments, there's so much has to go into learning it before you even make a nice sound. So with that in mind, having that, you know, instant connection to the instrument, making a nice sound, it's easy to engage people. So I'm thinking about some of the work I do with groups of kids using drums. You know, the way you can engage them straight away and get them communicating with the instrument is really good for then doing lots of things to do with getting them engaged and making them feel good.
Cool. I definitely chose the wrong instrument. Then singing years to kind of learn how to do it. Well, brilliant.
Yeah, but I super wish I could do better. So I guess that's like we should swap a bit of our skills.
But we have been doing, really, haven't we? I mean, my rhythm is definitely so much better since I met you. For sure. And I noticed that you sing sometimes now, so you've definitely got more confident with that as well. So it's been a good collaboration for sure.
Yeah.
I think you should give us a demonstration now. Get us to join in with something. I did warn people actually when your internet just paused briefly. I warned everybody to find some space so they could join in with stuff if needed.
Oh, great. Yeah, sorry if that was my internet. So talking about sort of instant music, with drums and percussion, let's just do something straight away. I'll clap a rhythm and you clap it back. Here we go. Whoa, gauging how slow the Is that the internet my end that's
I don't know. I don't know, to be honest.
What I might do is just try a different internet option. If it's possible. No, it might not be possible. Never mind.
Don't worry. Just keep going.
The limitations of Zoom. Yeah.
Well, it basically means that I have an excuse for any things I get wrong. So this is good. Carry on.
That's right. Okay, let's try this. We're going to clap on the first of every 4 counts, like this. And Eleanor, you might want to mute for this.
Okay.
You might want to mute yourself so that then everybody who's watching can just join in and giving this a go.
Okay.
So I'll cycle through a 4 count and we're all going to make a sound. Any sound you want.
Oh dear, guys, we're really having some interesting issues today. Sorry about that. I'm very sure we'll be back in a sec, but in the meantime, I'll just carry on with what I was saying earlier about the live stream program, because we might as well do that now. So as you know, we have quite a big live stream program on the Upper Norwood Library Hub. Just put as much of our usual stuff as we can online. Oh, he's back. Brilliant. James, have we got you back? Possibly. So please do check out the rest of our live stream program. We obviously have library lunch every day. And we have a lot of other things. We have morning meditation, mindfulness. We have yoga. We have children's stories. We have cross stitch with Alice. I think we've got one more edible garden with Tanya tomorrow. And live music covers cafe on Friday. And I think we got James back now.
Yeah.
Awesome. Cool. Just come forward slightly, otherwise we can't see your face.
Sure.
Cool.
Sorry about this.
That's all right. It's the joys of doing everything over the internet. It's the joys and challenges.
That's right. I've been teaching a lot from home. All my work, both individual work and group work, has gone on Zoom, and normally it's working really well, actually. Yeah.
I find it just varies by the day, to be honest.
Right.
Anybody who's been doing our crib notes session who's watching now will know that there's some days and some weeks where it's just we're 10, 15 minutes late starting because Zoom and Facebook just won't connect. Or there's so many interesting issues, but it's one of the challenges of just having to put everything online, isn't it, really? I mean, it would be much nicer if we could do this in person rather than on Zoom, but not right now. So yeah, anyway, so carry on.
Let's try again. So we're gonna do something that's like quite typical for for drummers to do, where you're using counting, you're using your sense of time and your sense of coordination all together, but you don't really notice it. But there's so much going on that your brain to sort of like deal with, different parts of your brain working, and it really focuses your concentration, which is a thing I really love about drums, actually, the amount of coordination you've got to do. It's like you've got to think of a lot, but also think of nothing, and you're just in the moment. And it's, that's something about well-being and about playing music in general. It really brings you into the moment. So back to making a sound on number one, and maybe we'll just quickly explore some sounds. You might have something at home. Obviously, I've got a lot of instruments here, but even if you just had a pair of sticks of any sort, or like you've got your mug and you've got a pen, whatever you might have, or stamping on the floor, let's get a sound and let's make it on number one. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. Cool. Your sound is perfectly on my number two. So maybe you can mute, or you can just pretend you're doing it.
I'm not sure I can mute, because actually I think I muted you briefly while you were fiddling around with things, and apparently it muted everything. So I won't do it then. In that case.
Don't do that. Don't mute me. Okay. Change sound and hit on number one of every three. Ready, go. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Cool. I start counting there. Did you still feel that you were able to find the one?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So our brains have sort of sorted that out for us. You know, the auditory part of our brain, like how we sometimes don't really see things that are right in front of us, where our eyes just fill in the picture. It's the same thing, the mind filling in those time gaps. Mm-hmm. One of every 5 now. Ready? Go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, to 4s. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. To 3s. Cool. How did you find that, switching between the different numbers? Okay.
Yeah,
cool.
Good.
Now it's quite tricky. You're a musician, so like it's hard to sometimes think about the levels people work at. But I work with people of all different levels, so I know how tricky this can be. So just join along sort of in comfortably, however you want to do it. So if you always want to stick on the 4, that's cool. What we're going to do is we're going to start to make it a little bit harder and harder as we go, and let's see if we can enjoy it. So I'm going to do the first of every 4 on my foot, and just to prove that I'm actually playing this. This is another contraption. Okay.
Cool.
That's a cowbell there. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So if you want to join in on that first of every 4, and you're keeping that time ticking along in your head. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1. So at the same time, we're going to overlay the 3s on top of it. You don't have to worry about that just yet. I'm going to do that, and if you want to join in with the 3s, you can. I'm going to keep the 4 going though, so that's there for you as well. Here we go. I'm starting the 3s now. 1, 2, 3. So I got 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, or 4s. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So you can either be 4 or 3 here. Cool.
Wow, I literally have to count out loud to be able to do that.
yeah, that's where it starts from. You've got to count out loud is great, and that's really important for learning drums, and a lot of what we do actually is counting whilst you play. Because I could say to you, count 1 to 8. Can you do that for me? 1,
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Okay, everyone should be able to do that fairly easily. The 7's always a bit tricky actually, because it has 2 syllables. Mm-hmm. So it's easy to sort of think of that as a 2-syllable rhythm. 7, 8. But anyway, can you now tap, maybe here or wherever people want to play it, whilst you count those 8s. Let's do it together. Let's do it together. Ready, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, still fairly straightforward, but there's a lot more going on there as we're linking our like motor cortexes like to the count. Yeah, so the brain's been even more connected up now. And some people will have found that hard to actually hit on a number whilst you're doing it. Let's do it a bit slower, and I'll give us a 4 count in, and then we do those 8 hits at the same speed as the 4 count in. So remember before when we were just hitting on the 1, our brain was filling in those gaps. So again, we're going to do that to feel the rhythm before we start. Ready? 1, 2, 3, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. I guarantee a lot of people would have started off faster at the old speed we did it because it was just a bit more comfortable. Slowing it down sometimes been really hard. Okay, now slightly faster. After 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Cool. Now we're going to take out a number. Can you give me a number, Eleanor?
3.
3. So we're still tapping on every number and counting, but we're not going to play on number 3. Ready? 1, 2, 3, go. 1, 2, 5, 6, 7, 8. Another number?
7.
Okay. No hit on 3 or 7. 1, 2, 3, go. 1, 2, 8. Just loop that around a few times. Ready, steady. 1, 2, 3, go. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 8. 1, 2, 5, 6, 8. 1, 2, 5, 6, 7. Stop. Going to go again. This time, try and drop the counting a little bit. Not completely, but take like your brain CPU down with the counting and bring up the auditory part that listens to the sound we're making. Yeah? After 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So after a while, you might start to hear the rhythm. Stop. So we're getting. So if we drop the count, just hear the sound, we actually end up with this. Which is a really nice rhythm.
Yeah.
Might use that later.
Cool. We just had Kay has just pointed out this is very like one of our choir warm-ups because we do something similar but on pitch where we just start missing out pitches, so they're quite used to this sort of general idea, but it's still hard. Yeah, the singers nicked it from the drummers. Yeah, I'm sure that's true. It's nearly always that way around, right?
Yeah.
We're very nearly out of time actually, so I think we should just talk very briefly about if people are enjoying this and want to do some more, how they can do some more. You're doing a couple of things at the moment, aren't you, that people can get involved in?
Yeah, actually, at this time of day, every day, I do a session a bit like this. It's a bit more aimed at, having a couple of sticks in your hand and doing some drumming sort of warm-ups and learning some beats, but not necessarily on a drum kit. You can just do it on a pad, or even if you don't have a pad, on your knees, even hands on knees. Yeah, so I do that every day at noon just to drop in as people want, and it sort of started in lockdown and trying to motivate people to take that time to do something different and for drummers to practice. But any levels can join in on that.
How do people join in that?
Just join in, just magically, just zoom in.
Oh no, sorry, I meant literally practically.
I never think about that practical side of things, but my website is jt-drums@hotmail.com. Yeah, it's that simple. Cool. jt-drums.com. Brilliant. And there's a contact thing in there, so just contact me to get the details. My email is jt-drums@hotmail.com, I think. No, .co.uk.
I keep making that mistake when I email you, actually. It's co.uk.
jt-drums@.co.uk. Yeah, just drop me a line and I'll send you the details.
Cool.
And also that I'll be doing some more drum kit stuff, more specifically for kids, beginner sessions, again, during the week like that, during lockdown.
Cool.
So anyone interested in that, just let me know. And that's totally free, and it's just drop in and let's hang out.
Amazing.
Right.
And you've got some stuff on YouTube as well, right?
Yeah, so YouTube as well. If you YouTube JTs Body Beats, that's JTS Body Beats, you'll see another take on using drums and percussion and the accessibility of just being able to play a rhythm. And I'm teaching rhythms to different songs on YouTube and a few warm-ups like we've been doing. And it's just sort of follow along, so that's a lot of fun as well.
And you've got some really, really exciting kind of split screen things, haven't you, on some of those as well, I seem to remember.
Yeah, I've tried to make it work as well as I can for people watching so they can literally just slip into it. So have a look at those. And then, like I said, I'm just doing all my work online. So lessons and also group music making is still online. And I'm doing these band workshops. And we've already done one, and it's been super successful, where we get people of different instruments and different voice types together. And we work on a performance of a song, and we work on how to play in a band with other people, how to balance and arrange parts, how to effectively rehearse, who does the counting, who takes a solo on what song. So it's for people who maybe, like everyone right now doesn't really have easy access to playing with other people. So if you're interested in that, again, it's all abilities welcome, and it's and a big part of it is like having a good time connecting together. There's going to be also a link to that on my website.
Brilliant. I think full disclosure, because if it's not on your website yet, we should probably say it is on mine, because this is a joint project that we're doing together. So my website is eleanorrastall.co.uk, and it's under the take part. So yeah. And there is actually, do you want to say about the early bird offer?
Yeah, if you want to sign up, if that sounds interesting to you and you want to sign up, get signed up straight away, because it's a bit cheaper. And this is for a 6-week course. So this is for one session per week for 6 weeks, starting a week on Thursday. So you want to sign up this week to get it in your diary so it doesn't clash with any other, Zoom Zumba classes or whatever. and yeah, it will be on my website. It's not right now, but it will be by the time you get to it in a second. So www.jt-drums.com. It might not be with the hyphen, actually.
I think it's okay. It's actually in the links underneath the video. So guys, don't listen to what he's saying. Just go into the comments and find it there, because that's definitely right.
Yeah, but if you fancy it, just sign up, because it's we're doing it a bit cheaper, for people to sign up first. And some people watching will have been to these sessions, so maybe write something in the comments about how you found it, so people get an idea for it. And we're really
that'd be great.
Doing more music making together.
Yeah, definitely. Actually, Nick and Cora and Kay have all been involved in some of the previous band sessions we've done. So guys, thank you for commenting so far. It's always really fun to see some bit banter and stuff going on. If you want to just mention to people how you found the band sessions, as JT said, that'd be really helpful, just in the comments, to let people know what it's like from first-hand experience. Brilliant. And actually the early bird discount code is band early bird, with capital, all as one word but with capitals on each word. So band early bird. It could be got a suggestion from the library. It could be the first gig at the library when it's open. We're definitely up for that. Absolutely. We can maybe take what we've done online and actually put it into a live performance at the end when things open up again. That'd be really cool. So awesome. Thanks, JT. We're gonna have to stop there, but as always, brilliant fun to do some rhythm stuff. And I definitely credit you with massive improvement in my timekeeping and rhythm over the last 3 years. So thanks very much for that. Thanks to Palace Acapella guys who are watching and commenting on the Facebook feed, because it's always really lovely. I have the feed on my phone, and it's always it's really fun and really cheering while we're doing this to see that people are actually commenting and engaging. So that's really cool. Um, I think I've pretty much said everything I needed to about the live stream program, except to say that I think there's a live stream class today starting at 1, which I assume is about how to live stream. So we do have some slots available for presenters at the moment. So if you have something that you're interested in sharing with people and want to do a live stream on, but you're not quite sure how to start, do tune into the Library Hub at 1 and for the class about how to do it. And if you already know how to do it and you're interested in the slot, please get in touch with us. That's it for me for today. I'll be back tomorrow at midday with Marina De Silva, who's talking about some online courses. Pearson Publishing have just set up a website with a huge number of online courses, many of which are free and covering an enormous range of topics and different types of things. So please do tune in tomorrow for more information about that. JT, thanks so much. It's great to have you. See you soon. And yeah, stay safe, everybody. Have fun. We'll see you soon. Bye.